بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. نيابة عن زملائي في المجلس السعودي للجودة ووقف الجودة والإتقان، نرحب بكم أجمل ترحيب في هذا المساء المبارك بإذنه تعالى. قبل أن نبدأ في تعريف دكتور جورج اليوم، سعداء بتواجده معنا، بس تنبيهين سريعين الله يعافيكم. المحاضرة الله يبارك فيكم فيها ترجمة، هنا أمامكم زي ما أنتم شايفين في أيقونة للانتربرينيشن على الترجمة، وتلاقوها هذه الأيقونة موجودة تحت، فأنت تختار اللغة اللي أنت تبغاها ويكون في ترجمة مباشرة معنا المهندس نبال جزاه الله خير. فحبينا ننبه لهذا الأمر. الأمر الآخر الله يبارك فيكم، وهو إن شاء الله بإذن الله سيكون خلال إن شاء الله بإذن الله يوم 30 مارس الثلاثاء تحديدا حيكون إن شاء الله بإذن الله، بس حبينا ننبه على جائزة مدير الجودة المتميز 2021 في الدورة الثانية عشر بحول الله تعالى، سوف تكون في مساء يوم الثلاثاء 30 مارس. بس هذه الأمرين إن شاء الله نبدأ على بركة الله. متأكد إن شاء الله حتكون محاضرة بإذن الله قيمة ومفيدة بحول الله تعالى وقوته. Dr. George, sorry, I have to start in Arabic first. If you don't mind, I'm going to introduce you. Can you hear me, Dr. George?
I can hear you, Dr. Nassif. Can you hear me well?
Yes, very clear. Today we have a distinguished guest, Dr. George Roman. We'd like to welcome him in the SQAC, and we'd like to introduce a little bit of introduction about himself. He's a distinguished guest. I'm sure he can speak some Arabic as well, since he's in Dubai, I think now, maybe 4 years now or 5 years in Dubai, or something like that. Anyway, Dr. George, he's well-known, excellent pioneering consultant at Dubai Police, also a part-time professor at Management Control and Process Management at the University of Chile. He received his PhD in the University of Lleida. I think this is correct, if I pronounce it correct, this university in Spain. Dr. Roman has been a visiting scholar at many international universities. He's also an author, a keynote speaker in so many conferences around the world. Actually, he's also a global, he has a global presence as a speaker in business excellence and benchmarking at local and international conferences around the world. Dr. George, also a member of Scientific Council at Dubai Police, as I mentioned. He's a member of the Policing International Advisory Board. Also, he's a board and a judge in the International Best Practice Competition. He's an editor in a magazine called Quality Management Forum, QMF. Also, he's also advisory board of quality and operational research newsletter, and so many other things. I would like to take all the time, precious time of Dr. George actually, and the precious time of all the viewers, and we'd like to just go directly to the presentation of Dr. George. Please, the floor is yours, Dr. George. I'd like you to start now, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nassif, for your kind words. I just want to make sure first that everybody can see the slide and can hear me very well.
Everything is good, sir. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I just salam alenko to everyone in Saudi Arabia and all over the places that are following us tonight. People from Russia, from United States, from Dubai, from Chile. So I'm very happy to be here in this webinar tonight. Thanks for the kind invitation of Saudi Quality Council. It's a privilege and an honor to be here tonight. So tonight I just want to talk about building a culture of service excellence, how important it is, and what are the key factors in order to make, to build a strong foundation for any type of organization, especially for private, public sector, small, medium enterprise, large organization. So as everybody knows, we are living difficult times all over the world, more than a year, and some countries even 15, 14 months. So today organizations are facing with challenges that grow more complex and dynamic every day. In order to survive, they must learn to adapt to this rapidly changing environment. An organization should be agile, highly adaptable to changing customer experience. So we've been reading the news in different sectors, especially tourists, restaurant, food delivery, how they have to adapt in the last 8 months, 10 months to the new challenge of delivering food, to the new challenge of the customer expectation. So the whole pandemic for some organizations has been really difficult, for other organizations be an amazing opportunity. So be agile in order to approach and to achieve the performance that you deserve and the performance that you promise to your customers and your value proposition. And we'll talk about this value proposition later on. So we would love to see a button like this and push and say, you know what, reset the world, reset everything. Let's go back to kind of normal that we used to have in December 2019 or January 2020, but it doesn't happen, right? We cannot just push the button and say, reset the world. It's extremely difficult. It's not gonna happen. So what we can do is face the new challenge. That's what we do in the last 12 months. So the power of the crisis that we're living now, is that people become focused. Everyone agrees what the goal is. In this crisis, 2020, 2021, inshallah, no more 2022, please, we have become laser sharp on our priorities. And that happened especially in industry that they have customer service 24/7. They approach the customers in different way with digital transformation, with a lot of artificial intelligence. But what happened with the others that they are local, small companies offering service, that they don't have the opportunity to improve the performance through different tools. And one of the most important tools in order to build a culture of quality is to focus, culture of service excellence is always focused on the people. We need to take care of our people, and we'll talk about this later on. So one author, his name is Ralph Smith, he wrote a book called The Balanced Scorecard and BPM, Business Process Management, back in 2006-07. And in one part of the book, he always talks about the importance of a strategy, process, technology, system, and people have balance. Balance in the priority, balance in the importance, balance in order to make decision based on what is our value proposition and how the customer choose you, prefer your product, your service, and how our people, internal customer, can satisfy external customers. Have you heard that before? One of the guru from quality, Dr. Harrington, James Harrington, always say, happy people, happy customers. So we heard this before many times, but how can we can incorporate this in our daily life. Talking about public or private sector. Public sector, how to offer the best service in the best way that satisfy the citizen, the resident of a city. At the same time, how you can exceed the expectation of any customer to go to a restaurant, hotel, or airline industry. So one of the critical part in his part of the book is the three core process of the execution to understand how can I execute well, understanding what is the discipline of getting things done. So three things very critical: strategy. And when we talk here about strategy is the challenge that all the organizations should have, and is how you build a sustainable culture of service excellence through your value proposition. Second, people. People is the key factor in any organization. And any book, any newspaper, any scientific article that you can read in the last 6 months, 8 months, you will see that everyone, expert, anthropologists, psychologists, psychiatrists, talk about this pandemic, how affect everyone, no matter what country you are, what industry you are, how stressed we are dealing with this. I don't remember 2 years ago running many webinars, probably 1 or 2 per year. I'm from Chile, and I have been living in Dubai for the last almost 4 years, working for Dubai Police in the Excellence and Pioneering Department, and doing workshop, conference in front of people. That's made me happy. And I thought that was the only way to do the things. So I remember like 8, 10 years ago, and one of the college in Chile, we started doing some e-learning, B-learning, but I always have the feeling that it was not the same positive interaction, energy, synergy that you feel with the attendees. In this case, not only we are capable now to run this webinar all over the world, when it's like, I don't know, 10 o'clock p.m. in Dubai, and it's 10 o'clock in the morning in Central America, noon in Chile, and 7 p.m. in Russia. So that's the beauty of the pandemic crisis. But affect the people, yes, big time, and affect in different ways. Operation is the other thing that organizations are looking to see the performance and to reduce the cost, increase the production, and do the best with less. You need to squeeze the budget. You need to cut all the fat. You need to apply lean management. You need to apply 5S, any program to help you to improve your production in order to improve and to accomplish your value proposition, the thing that you already promised to your customers. And that's the reason why they choose you. So moving into the building the culture of service excellence, one of my favorite writers and a great keynote speaker, her name is Cindy Loring. She's been writing 4 or 5 books already. One of my favorite books is called The Rudolph Factor. Rudolph Factor is based in the Boeing industry, the airline industry in United States. And she worked with them in order to understand this past winner of Baldrige, Malcolm Baldrige Quality Award in the United States, how they perform so well taking care of people. So Cindy say, the key to moving your organization from the status quo to an expectation of excellence is your corporate culture. It's all about your DNA. It's all about your people. It's how you build this net. It's how you build an area, an organization, to understand that the most important factor in your company is your people. But it's not just to say, you need to walk with talk. You need to be an example. You need to be a leader, helping others to understand that we are achieving the best organization in order to achieve the best service that we can offer to, that we can promise to our customers or potential customers. One of the papers that I really enjoyed reading, it was launched in August, September last year, called Quality 4.0, Taking More Than Technology. It was a survey study that did by Boston Consulting Group, Australia, American Society for Quality, and Dutch Quality Association in Germany and some part of Europe. And this article is available in Boston Consulting Group.org.com. Talk about the importance of the companies, how to achieve Industrial Revolution 4.0, Quality 4.0. And it's not just about digital transformation, it's how you see all the components, all the criteria in order to perform better. Well, the study confirmed that technology is only one piece of a broader quality transformation that must also focus on people and skills. I will show you some graph, and you will see how the managers, the leader, answer the survey. And people and skill is one of the key factors in order to move to Quality 4.0 and to really understand what is the big change in order to keep offering the best service, to keep offering the best, dealing with the best product, and to be connected with your customer through your people. Participants in the survey conducted as part of the study, they identify the shortage of a skill, the lack of a skill, as the main impediment. Interesting to know that participants regard soft skills such as change management, communication, teamwork, etc., as the most critical skill to be successful. The most critical skill means that no matter how much money you want to invest in technology, no matter how much money you want to invest in infrastructure, digital transformation, you can invest a lot in quality, but if you forget the people, how to increase the knowledge, how to empower the people through the skills that they need, depending on the industry, if I'm manufacturing, food, tourists, government, it doesn't matter. You need to understand the importance of taking care of your people, given the right tools. First of all, to have the right people on board, to give them the right tools, and to achieve the performance that the company is waiting for. So the interesting part of the survey is that spotlight on people and skills. Companies that they are winning are investing in people first. And that's one of the most important steps in order to build a strong foundation for a culture of service excellence. The survey response fully support the idea that successful Quality 4.0 implementation depend on empowering people in the right roles and developing the right skills. If you see the graph in the left side of your screen, you see three important criteria with the highest score: lack of digital skill and talent, lack of unclear digital strategy, and lack of quality culture. You cannot build a quality culture when you don't have a DNA, you don't have what is your value proposition? So after you have your strategy done, after you understand what you want to achieve in a certain period of time and to make your customer happy, you need to understand that quality is part of the strategy. But very, very critical is to think that the people is the most important block, the most important foundation of this quality culture. So this study, which is very interesting, and you can see all other criteria regarding quality, regarding skill, regarding transformation, regarding culture, regarding data, etc. It is important, yes, but in order to achieve an organization with a strong values, with a strong and clear strategy, with a culture of quality, you must invest in your people. Invest in your people, giving them the right skills, giving them the right training, giving everything the companies need in order to achieve the goal, in order to achieve the performance, and in order to achieve the result that you plan it to. We heard this many times before, but some organization focus on the processes. Some organization just focus in the selling point, the moment of trust. Some organization think how the quality must be with a certain type of product or service. But the reality is empowering people in the right roles and developing the right skill is one of the most critical part. So you cannot build a culture of service excellence without understanding how important is to have your right people on board with the right skills, with all the training, with the passion, with the energy to support your organization, to feel like you are really adding value to your organization. Working in Dubai Police, I feel very proud of the different achievements that we've been dealing with in the last years. And 2 or 3 weeks ago, we received the the certificate for Great Place to Work Institute, one of the best companies to work in Dubai, in UAE. The first police in the world to achieve this recognition. And when you see I can share with you an article that I wrote for Policing Insight magazine in UK, and you can see the question, the leaders, what the leaders say, but it's all about the people. It's all about the initiative, the programs, the thing that make us feel extremely happy at working. The environment is extremely pleasant, and achieving the best result through the people is one of the most important characteristic of our leader, His Excellency Commander-in-Chief Abdullah Khalifa Al-Merri, who really understand how important it is to take care of your people, the front line, during the pandemic, the people, the back office, civilian and police officer. So one of the most important part about take care of your people comes through when you need to understand what is your value proposition. One author that probably you read before and you see them in videos and it's all over LinkedIn, is great guy, Alexander Osterwalder. They have different books, Business Generation book, The Blue Ocean Strategy, etc. The key part of his, I've been following him for the last, I don't know, 8 years, 10 years. One of the part that I really enjoy, I like it a lot, the Canvas model and Business Generation book, is to understand each organization with different type of value proposition. And it's all about the value proposition, what you promise to your people, to your customers, through your people. If you promise fast delivery food, it's not about the motorcycle, it's not about the drums, it's not about the cars. It's about the attitude, the passion, the discipline of the people, the driver, the biker guy, the guy that is making fly the drums, etc. It's all about the people understanding, adding value to the value proposition. And that's critical. And one of the things that I admire reading about Saudi Arabia, what are you dealing now, is with the Vision 2030. And that script is very clear what is your value proposition. A big transformation for your beautiful country. And believe me, you will achieve this result, but always understanding the need of your people, employees, and giving them the right training, the right tools in order to achieve this. So value proposition, very simple language is, we call it input, process, output. Something enters, something processed, and something outcome. This diagram is to understand what is your value proposition. If my value proposition is Red Cross, it's not making money, it's an NGO, we should be always be available to have the blood to support any catastrophic or any natural disaster, a war. If my value proposition is education, probably it's not to make money, it's to share knowledge, is to give the right skill and tool to people that are taking an MBA or undergrad school, etc. But if your value proposition is to make money and you are a hotel business, so you need to understand what is exactly your selling point. That's the reason why business leaders are aware that it's important to understand what is the main selling point of your business based only in your value proposition. And many times leaders, general managers focus on the result of the business part when you are a profit organization. And sometimes you forgot what is exactly your value proposition, and your big mistake, your big gap, or your opportunity for improvement is right there. How to close the gap, how to understand that I can make even more money if I understand what my people need, what my processes need, what type of continuous improvement tool are using to improve my business. So the value proposition is all about what we promise. And we cannot promise more than 2 or 3 things. Usually one, it can be enough. Inshallah, what you promise it, you need to accomplish, because otherwise your customers, your citizens, your residents will say, look, you promised this, but they're still waiting for it. And the competition is very tough. The market is extremely international, global, all over the world. And you can produce, I don't know, a salmon in Chile, and you can eat it in Riyadh or in Daman tonight. And Chile is competing with Russia, with Norway, with Scotland. So the competition is right there. But what is your value proposition? Based on what attribute? Is based on the price? Is based on the quality? Is based on the taste? It depends. The company has to have a clear value proposition, and that value proposition should be passing to the customer in a clear way, easy to understand. Why I choose this company, telephone company? Why should I choose this hotel chain? So let me give you 2 minutes an example where I work now, to a slide. Dubai Police, we have a clear strategy. And one of the main goals of Dubai Police is to make Dubai the safest city in the world. So it's a great challenge. But how can you build this in a sustainable way, the long run? Well, in our case, we are here to serve our citizens, residents, tourists of Dubai. And we need to make sure that every day our performance exceeds the expectation of our stakeholders. Culture is the DNA of any organization, and it's a key factor for sustainability. In Dubai Police, we understand exactly what our job it is, how we are valued to this city, and how we are valued to the citizen, resident, tourist, investor of Dubai. Saying that, if we say main goal is to make Dubai the safest city in the world, everything we do as a value proposition is to support that. Is to have the best time in emergency response time, is to reduce the crime, is to have people can walk around your neighborhood very peaceful, with no trouble, and with zero crime, is to make police close to the citizens. and it's to work with the community in order to prevent crime. So those type of things make us a safe city. But to understand the value proposition, in our case, we understand the importance of taking care of our employees first, and then accomplish the value proposition. So in this example, I just want to emphasize the importance of any type of organization with a clear value proposition. You guys in Saudi Arabia, your company, public, private, small organization, should have a clear strategy. What are you want to promise to your customers? And if your customers want to take Southwest Airlines because back in the 1990s and still now running in the United States, one of the most profitable airline companies in the world, and they have a clear value proposition. You can get the ticket with the best price in the market. So the value proposition is the price, the cheap, the inexpensive ticket. Even though they offer a great customer service, there's a fun airline, but still, Southwest Airlines and many other are low-cost airlines, right? So the selling point is the price of the ticket. And that's clear for the companies, clear for the customers. What is your selling point when you work in the Ministry of Healthcare? What is your selling point when you work in a police in Riyadh? What is the selling point of an ice cream store in Daman? So very important is to understand why service excellence. And as you know, this guy has been with you guys before and is a keynote author, speaker, and great, excellent person, Ron Kaufman. He's been in Dubai and Abu Dhabi many times in the year before. He always say, as more business realize excellent customer service can be a competitive advantage. The big question is know how to improve service performance, but how to create a culture of continuous service improvement with unwavering focus on customer experience. But think about it. The customer experience, always, the first step have to be related with your people. You cannot sell anything, you cannot offer the best customer service to a potential or new customer or existing customer when your employees are dealing with problems, are dealing with basic salary cut, no a very good environment to work, not with the right tools, not with the right equipment, lack of skill, lack of training. So it's difficult to push them to offer the best customer experience when they don't have all the tools in order to offer the best customer experience. And the customer experience have to be linked with the value proposition. And I like this quote because it refers exactly what is all about your job, my job, you guys over there. So to create a positive culture in the workplace is critical for fostering a sense of pride and ownership among the employees. We want them to say, you know what, I love my job. That's simple. I really enjoy it. I like it. I have a good time there. I think every day, or every week, every month, I feel that I'm adding value. And at the same time, not just adding value with clear understanding that my job is creating a strong foundation of knowledge, a strong foundation of quality, a strong foundation for opportunity for improvement, a strong foundation for service excellence. So when you love your job, we know, you see the face, the eyes. A famous author, Benjamin Sander, from Boston, United States. Actually, he's from UK, but he moved to Boston 40 years ago, 30 years ago. And Benjamin Sander, in his book, The Art of Possibility, always say, shiny eyes. When I see my employees with shiny eyes, smile, with the eyes very shine, they say, these people are doing the best. They are happy. They love the job. I don't need to do any evaluation tangible in that moment, because I feel it, that they are doing the best. And you can see the result. Of course, we need to measure everything. We need to measure the performance. That's totally okay. But make sure that they are having a good time. They are having a good time the disciplined way, with a framework, of course, but understanding that you are in value every single day. Always remember, the key is creating a culture that is customer focused. In our case in Dubai, citizen, resident, investor, that means that every decision is made with the customer in mind. And everyone in the organization, in our case, Dubai Police, knows how they impact that overreaching customer service strategy. Understanding that your people are happy at the workplace is priceless. And probably you read it before, you see this slide before. Howard Schultz, ex-CEO of Starbucks, say, we are not in the coffee business serving people, but in the people business serving coffee. And that's understanding that the value proposition probably is not to make the best coffee in the world, but to make an environment to sell the customer experience. That's the value proposition. So if every employee in your organization tonight and tomorrow morning when you're going back to work, some people are working now, ask yourself, did I know the customer excellent journey of my company? Did I know what is my value proposition? The company's value proposition? That I know how I'm adding value every single day of my work? That I know exactly if I exceed the expectation of my customers, internal and external. Today, organizations are facing with challenge, unpredictable. Well, imagine you open a business in February, March 2020 in Chile, for example, and you now might be, if the business was regarding restaurants, serving food, hotel, you might be in bankruptcy. Even though you did a SWOT analysis, even though you did a business plan, everything, and you see even the blind spot, still. So going back to the challenge and grow more complex and dynamic every day, in order to survive in this global environment we are dealing with, we must learn how to adapt. We must learn how to be agile. We must learn to understand that it's important digital transformation, that is important artificial intelligence, that is important to invest in your infrastructure. But the key part are your people, are the people of your organization, is the people that are working every single day in order to offer the best product, the best service, the best customer experience. And they return to you and they go back to you because they always value that you are accomplishing, that you are promises, that you are achieving what you promise, your value proposition. Your value proposition is to sell the best selling experience, the best customer experience. They will measure by that. So make sure you know exactly how you are in value to the organization. Make sure to understand that you can always, with the right skill, with the training, with the right people, we are all running together in order to achieve the better result. I think what you guys are doing in your country is amazing. You have a beautiful journey so far, but still, when you read the 2030 vision, you say, well, still 9 more years. You all know that it's no many, the time is short and it's flying, and you need to be prepared, invest in your people, take care of understanding that we need to improve the performance of we need to improve the training, the skills, the new tools that we need to give back to them, because it might be changing. Probably the workers that we used to have and the tools that we used to give to them back in the 80s, now it's totally different. And we know probably not even the 80s, we're in 2021, and probably whatever we gave them back in 2015 or even 2018 is already old, because the dynamic is extremely fast. Everything is moving extremely rapidly and changing a lot, changing the environment, the context of where you are in this moment. Thinking about your people is one of the most important factors in order to be successful. Building a culture of service excellence is all about the DNA of your company, but to understand what is your value proposition, then you can offer what you promise. I don't know, it's the best service, the cheap glass of water, the ice cream, whatever it is. Especially in the public area. I've been working in the public sector for, I don't know, around 15, 20 years in consulting in different countries. And I can say by the experience in Latin America, especially, that even in the United States, that many organizations feel like, well, I don't have a competition because I'm not competing with nobody else because I don't know, the health authority and the post office. And so they feel like, well, I don't have any competition. Well, yes, you do have it. You have the people to choose you to work with you. Those people might understand that it's not the right place to be and I can transfer to another organization. And understanding that I can add value to offer the best service, the best customer experience to my customer, to my resident, to my citizens of any city, any place that I am around the world. So one of the most important part is to think, and you heard that before probably, is think outside the box. I like to say, think it's not any box whatsoever. And to change. My invitation tonight to you is to understand that what I said before, when I'm talking about people, processes, strategy, a critical factor to build a culture of service excellence. But the most important now, think outside the box. How can you improve the whole strategy, your business plan, thinking in the value proposition to understand exactly what I want to promise to my customers, to my citizen, to my resident. Thinking outside the box will help you with your team to make better decisions, to close the gap of the risk, to work on your opportunity for improvement. Yesterday I was giving a lecture at the university and one of my students asked me, well, what kind of tools can use it? And I've been working with Business Excellence Framework for the last, I don't know, 15 years, 17 years. And even Baldrige, AFQM, Russian Quality, Saudi Quality Council, any model will give you something amazing that you can see the office opportunity for improvement. And when you see the office, you can prioritize, you can focus in your office, reduce the gap, and make things happen better. So thinking outside the box is not just in telling you use this type of tools or use benchmarking for best practice, Dr. Robin Mann, trade methodology, or Dr. Professor Mohamed Zaidi, my mentor, use this type of benchmarking tool. No, it's not about that. It can help you, of course. But what I'm giving you tonight is to understand how to think outside the box to offer the best service, the best customer experience through your people. How can I improve the environment of my people? How can I improve the skill, the training, the opportunity to have a career path and the journey make better and discipline and with great result in the long run. So I'm very impressed with your Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the Vision 2030. And I've been reading the last few weeks since Dr. Ayed invited me, the president, to this webinar, that the pillars, there are different pillars. One of the pillars talk about people, the transformation of Saudi Arabia coming from your own people, giving the right skill, support them to make decisions, support them to achieve what King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud said. My first objective is for our country to be pioneering and successful global model of excellence on all fronts. He didn't say one, in all of them. And I will work with you to achieve that. That's an amazing statement, an amazing humble leader to say, I want to be with you, I want to build better this country, and I want to achieve this 2030 vision. Inshallah, you guys can help your country to be an amazing and beautiful part of the world that people can choose to go tourists, do business with you, and keep having more and more customers, tourists, and offer the best service to your citizens, to your community, and to have the best country in the world. I wish you all the success. It's been a pleasure in the last 45 minutes talking with you right over here. I want to finish my presentation talking about 1 minute, my 2 books, 6 Steps to Building a Culture of Quality that I wrote in 2016, and Business Process Management Applied to Business Excellence and Benchmarking, wrote in 2020 with my colleague, Professor Dr. Bernard Hitpas back in Chile. Actually, the last book in 2020, we started writing the book like few months before the pandemic, and then during the pandemic we have the time, the discipline, and a clear we're laser sharpers to finish the book, and both of them are available in Kindle edition, paperback, and Amazon. I just wanted to say thank you again for listening. To me, the most important of the webinar is the interaction, the QA. So I'm looking forward to answer all of your questions. Shukran, Meshkuri, thank you very much to all of you. You have over there my email, my Instagram account, my Twitter, LinkedIn, even my WhatsApp. Please email me. I will be happy to answer any question, to support you with any article in order to support this presentation in a better way. Shukran, thank you very much for Saudi Council of Quality for the invitation, and it's been a pleasure being here with you this evening. Thank you. Dr. Nassif, I don't know if you can
Thank you. Yes, we can hear you. Dr. Roman, thank you so much for this beautiful and very, very detailed information about, the customer experience and exceeding the customer experience actually through people and skill, and the culture requirement for these 2 important things in the digital world. Even though we are going through a lot of transformation in this digital era, we still organization need to have the most important pillar inside the culture, inside organization culture, and inside that the people who need to deliver this beautiful experience for people or customer. Thank you, Doctor. I enjoy it really, and I'm sure all our audience, they enjoy it as well. We have a couple of questions, if you don't mind, Dr. Roman.
Please, happy to answer.
there is a question asking about what is the impact of staff diversity on building culture of service excellence. So he just like, you know, if there is a link, like he's asking if there isn't a link between the staff diversity and the culture of service excellence.
Thank you, Dr. Nassif, and thank you for the question. Very interesting. I can tell that when the company have a clear understanding what is the value proposition, the diversity of the people working in your place is even better. I live in Dubai with more than 210 nationalities. And in my work, in every single day, I have people from, I don't know, 30 different countries. And we have a clear understanding what is the value proposition. And that happened to me in the United States, in Chile, different part of the world, thinking that diversity increase the potential of each one of us in order to create synergy and in order to understand that my contribution, my individual contribution will be less than if we have all as a teamwork. So diversity in different type, religion, cultural point of view, profession, backgrounds, language, countries is not a barrier. In my opinion, is even one of the best things happen in any organization. And there are many cases. You can read any of the specific articles regarding that. You will see that larger organization increase the productivity when you have the right people, no matter where you're from, what is your background.
Thank you, Dr. Roman. I have another question from Mr. Irena. George, do you agree with the opinion if we improve process in different direction and different countries, then the life of people in the world will become happier?
Let me see if I understand the question of Irina. Send my regards to Russia. The processes of an organization, if you take any expert in operation, any expert in supply chain and lean management, will tell you that when we have a task to finish in a period of time, the contribution of all of the engineering, different background that they are dealing in a manufacturing plant, for example, if they understand what is the processes, if they understand what is the gap, what is the opportunity for improvement, if they understand how to add value to that processes, and the processes will increase the opportunity to add value to the value proposition, of course they will make the team work happy. You can see this in any type of organization, so examples of people understanding the processes and living in a work environment that they have a career opportunity to grow in order to perform better. There are many examples of this type. And I can tell specific for companies that use for example, the Malcolm Baldrige Quality Award or the Malcolm Baldrige criteria, the performance excellent. There are many type of continuous improvement tool they're using. And I always see the people in no matter what city, what country you are, in the case of the United States, or the case of Chile, or even Dubai, using the Dubai Governance Excellence Program. The most important is if you give them the opportunity to grow, the opportunity to work together, of course they will be satisfied and do the best job they can do.
Thank you, Doctor. Another question from Mr. Wright is asking if there is any relation between the value proposition and the vision statement of organization.
Yes, indeed. Very interesting question. Of course, my vision is exactly what you guys are dealing with the last 15, 20 years to have something in 2030, right? And that's the vision, that's the dream. Now the mission is how I want to accomplish that vision, right? And the value proposition is to see in every interaction with your customer, every single day, if you are accomplishing or not what you promised it. So the beauty of the value proposition is if I offer a better customer service in a healthcare department in Riyadh, based on the survey, based on the cost focus group, based on many tools, you need to improve that. If we are not improving and the customer are complaining, just an example, of course, that's exactly where you need to pay attention and start working on it. Because if the complaint increase and you don't do any action to reduce it, you will not accomplish the vision in 2030. And you don't need to measure the value proposition in 2030. You need to measure your value proposition every single day that you have interaction with your customer, potential customers, in product or service.
Thank you, Dr. Rahman. Yeah, very, very clear. I think as a summary, you have to understand or to actually focus who's your distinguished customer, to understand his needs first, and then the value proposition will be very clear in this case. Another question from Aman, he's asking any tip from your side to overcome resistance in top management toward building a culture of quality or service excellence?
You know, I heard this question many times in the last 20 years, and I remember amazing guy, amazing and humble leader in the United States, Davey Spahn. He was leading Boeing company, and he was the president of Baldrige Foundation for many years. And I remember I heard that question in 2006 or 7 in Virginia, in Virginia, United States. And he answered, he said, because he was a CEO in that moment, he said, look, I give the opportunity, I train them. I tell, look, this is what I need to do. This has to be done in 6 months and 12 months. I give you all the tools, all the skills, all the trainings, everything. If you don't want to join us in this period of time, what can I say? Don't ask me then, oh, you didn't give me an opportunity. Yeah, I give you everything, but you didn't want to join us. Have to be a framework, have to be a mandatory, a commitment from the people to understand that continuous improvement is a journey, and it's a beautiful journey. And we need to accomplish together. And the people, they don't want to be on the boat. See you later, alligator. I mean, thank you so much. You don't want to be here.
Thank you, Dr. Rahman. We have plenty of questions. Another question from Iyad. He said, can a KPIs used to evaluate employee performance, support, and culture of excellence on it, or it is an obstacle? He's asking.
No. Very good. It's a KPI. Listen, tonight I talk about building a culture of service excellence, value proposition. Everything has to be tangible. Everything we need to measure. I mean, when I say happy people, happy employees, is because I have a measure. In our case, any survey, any type of focus group to see the evaluation of your people, they're happy or not, use it, because the KPI doesn't lie. The KPIs give you a result. It should give you a result. It should not lie. And with that result, you take action. But without measuring your people, you are making a mistake. You have to measure your people. You have to measure in different ways: happiness, passion, discipline, work, be done, etc. But you have to measure 100%. Of
course. Thank you. Another question from Mai. What is the resilience organization, and how can organization be resilient?
Well, look, if you read from December 2019, before, probably was not many people talking about resilience. But now, after the pandemic, everyone is one of the attributes that organizations have to take in place. Need to understand, need to see what are the part to help your people, your organization, your entire organization to be more resilient. We've been resilient in the last 12 months. We need to support them in order to understand that it's not an obstacle, it's an opportunity to grow, it's an opportunity to see in the long run you will have a better result and you will pass the difficult time, inshallah.
Inshallah, thank you. Muhammad Bahamdan is asking, what is the impact on organization culture in working remotely from home versus working at the same work location where face-to-face meeting is have more harmony with the organization?
I'm not an expert and old school. So if you ask me before the pandemic, I will say, no way, I need to work in, I need my workplace. And I'm a mechanical engineer. I need to be in the plan. I need to be when the action happen. I need to see my teamwork, my team, my coworkers, my peers. But now it's working. I mean, we've been working in different places around the world, distant learning, remotely, and it's been good. And many organizations around the world make the decision that shut down the office and start working remotely. So I would like to answer this question probably 5 years later, 2 years later, when we have tangible result. That my feeling is depend of your structure, depend of your processes, and depend of the type of organization and the context, you might achieve better results.
I have another question. I think his name is Taimur Jan. I think this question probably in the mind of all managers here in Saudi Arabia is first thanking you, Dr. Rahman, for this great insight upon investing in your people to react to their shiny eyes, but the results are not as originally desired. What would you change to shift the mindset of your people, or do you change the people altogether?
This is really difficult answer as well, because it's always depend on the context. The most important is to have a screenshot to know exactly what is happening in your organization. Because what happened in one city, in your beautiful country, it might be different, the context of the area you live in. It might be different from each country plan, organization, services. So you need to have a mindset in order to achieve better results. You need to establish a measuring framework with all the KPIs in order to see your performance. And the most important, in order to see the opportunity for improvement, in order to take action. But if we don't see the result in the period of time that we plan to do it, to see it, you need to take action. But the action, I don't know, depend on the business. And always remember the action, the processes, you will see the result back in your value proposition, you're achieving or not. But it's difficult to answer because depend on the sector, depend on the context, and depend on the industry that you are working now.
Besides that, Dr. Rahman, it's changing the culture of people. I mean, the mindset of people takes years of, actually, it's the most difficult and challenging, actually, thing that manager face to change the mindset, especially in the government sector, where they are actually, as they said, they are protected from firing or changing, but still, it's the quality manager role actually to have insight in their people needs and understand the people differences actually, and how to tap in their the excitement side of them and try to improve it and enhance it. Steve Jobs actually, when they ask, when you see actually Steve Jobs in Apple, you can see the culture he implemented inside of this organization. They are not focusing only in beautiful phone in your hand, but actually it's the whole ecosystem, if you wish, it's their people actually, and the customer service as well, as a whole. So it's like, you know, it's a puzzle of things you have to gather in terms to have a beautiful picture in the end.
Indeed.
Marwan is asking, Marwan is asking, is it important for public sector to have a quality certificate such as ISO 9001 2015?
I think it's always important to have a international certificate. It's always important to have a recognition, but most important is to achieve the result of what you promise to your customers. If you have, I know, let me give you an example. I know some organization in Latin America, they have like 200 type of certificate, and they are in a competitive industry, and they don't give better result. And they asking you, Jorge, why, if I have all this certificate, I still do not achieve the point where I wanted to be 5 years ago? So, and the answer is, well, probably because you are focused more to get the certificate, not to exceed the expectation of your customers. So the certificate will support you what you've done for specific processes, for a specific project, initiative, or program. But the most important in the ecosystem that Dr. Nassim was talking about is to understand how you are in value and how your customers are giving you the right answer and the loyalty for your product or service.
Thank you. Osama is asking, is the PMP part of successful culture for project management as a factor example?
Project Management Institute, Project Management Project Officer is, of course, a tool that will help you, but culture coming from, successful culture coming from people, coming from to have a long vision, to have a DNA of to perform better, to continuous improvement, and the journey of excellence is in your blood, even though you're a small, medium enterprise organization or large, public or private. It's all about the people, and it's all about what you want to achieve in a certain period of time.
Thank you. Aman is asking again, how critical is agile management in quality project versus other traditional method in planning and execution?
It's extremely important and very good question. Agile management, and not just in quality project, and the entire organization will be a critical factor. Just to give you an example, in Dubai Government Excellence Program, DGEP, since October 2019, the award have 3 categories, new categories. One is called Elite Model. And the 3 categories are Agile, Data, Science, and Partnership. And why they add Agile, how agile is your organization, is because we need to make sure that every decision, every processes, every action, every result are satisfy the customers and in total our stakeholders. So it's extremely critical, and we should be learning more about it. Any methodology, Scrum methodology, Lean management, anything you use in order to achieve an agile ecosystem is critical for any type of organization, big time.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
I think we came at the end of the most of the question we have answered. Maybe
they can send me email. I would be happy to answer any email or WhatsApp.
Of course.
Super happy.
I have a last question from my side.
Please.
As you know, one of the most significant challenge inside any organization, they face the dilemma of distinctive innovation or culture of innovation. I don't know how we can like to have a roadmap, if you wish, for this challenge.
Very interesting. All of the organization before the pandemic was talking about digital transformation was important. And then during the pandemic, they say, wow, we are kind of behind, we're late. Well, that happened the same with the innovation. They thought that was just initiative, was just a program. I will buy it, I will do it outsourcing. But now I understand that innovation is more than technology. Innovation is a mindset. Depending on your business, you need to understand that innovation should be at same level of strategy, quality, value proposition. Have to be part of your organization, no matter what type of organization you are. In order to perform better, you have to have a journey of innovation. You need to understand the link between quality and innovation are all together one structure. We will not survive in the next 10, 15 years if your organization today do not have a journey of innovation, initiative, program, anything regarding that is beyond technology. It's about the strategy, is to understand how to link with quality and how my customer value your innovation program. Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Nassim.
you. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Roman.
Shukran.
I appreciate your very informative lecture, and we enjoy it. Actually, I have so many comments about this nice and beautiful lecture. I'd like then to thank you and thank all the audience from all around the world. And as you said, one of the beautiful things about COVID that the new technologies allow us to have to gather all people from all around the world in one space and one platform. In the end, I'd like just please don't forget to fill the questionnaires. رجاء في استبيان لو سمحتوا ضروري إذا تسمحوا تعبوه يعني نكون لكم من الشاكرين. Thank you, Dr. Roman. We thank you all in behalf of all my colleagues, the SQC and all members. We'd like to thank you for this and thank all of you. جزاكم الله خير. ختاما نقول سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك. Thank you so much. Thank you.
مع السلامة.
مع السلامة. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night to you. Thank you. Thank you, Professor.